Continuing on with the reteach or going over 10-4 answers. So I have these two equations, and this one says less than 1, so I'm going to draw a fence here. Whew, not here, here. Craziness. I did it at -1. I want it at 1. So I draw my fence there, and I go 1, 2, 3, and down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, and up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. Okay, so here, and since x is less than 1, it's an open dot, and I'm going through this, and it says continue on. There's not a bound on the other side. To show that there's not a bound, there has to be an arrowhead. I could erase my bridge, but my bridge is the same for the next one. And so it's to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it's to the basically end of this graph. Start at 3. 1, 2, 3. Go down. And here is a closed dot. Notice I didn't put a dot at 3 because it's not even in where my fence is, because I'm only messing over here. And this is down. And at 10, it's here. So this has a bound, and they're both closed dots. So when I'm looking at your graph to grade, I'm looking if there's an arrowhead, an open dot, a closed dot, and where it goes. Okay, so domain is I can be anywhere in the negatives, but it stopped at 10. And the range can go as low as I want, but nothing was above the 5. But the 5 was also an open dot, so it gets a parenthesis. Then I do f of 1, which I have x is 1. That's not x of 1, that's x of 1. So I put a 1 right there, and 3 minus 1 gives me 2. And then f of -5. -5 is in this one, because -5 is less than 1. So I'm going to do 2 times -5 plus 3. My dog wants to go play in the snow. That's -10 plus 3, which is -7. 11 is not in here and not in here, so it's undefined. First one, -8 to -3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to start at 2x plus, I'm going to start at 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go down 2, right 1, down 2, right 1, right 1. I hit it at -3. It is a closed dot. Down 2, right 1. And at -8, it is a closed dot. And then I connect them. Okay, so I've got taken care of that. And then, -3 is going to be my next bound. So -3 to 0 is here. My fences. And I'm only drawing within my fences. And so y equals 4. It goes a horizontal line, not including the -3, so this is open, but including the 0, so this is closed. And then from 0 to 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I build a fence, and I start at -3. 1, 2, 3. and I'm going down, and at 0 it's an open, and then down, and at 7 it's a closed. Now it stays a function because we have closed dot and open dot, closed dot and open dot. If there were open dots, if there were closed dots on top of each other, it wouldn't be a function. Okay, so domain. And I'm going to look. Let's start at the left. It started at -8, and it was a closed dot, and it goes all the way over to 7, because that covers the, it's going, and then it jumps up here and it keeps going, and then it jumps down here and keeps going, and it goes to 7. The range, it's at the very bottom, it's -10, and it's a closed dot, and all the way up to here. Okay, so this covers all the way here, and then so it goes to 0 continuously, and then it's at 4. And that's a strange one. So it covered all of this area, which is -10 to 0. That's what that says. And then it says there's nothing here, but then only at 4. Okay, number 6. -4 to 0. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to build a bridge or a fence. Sorry. And I'm going to go negative. I'm going to go at 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to do negatives. A negative slope. Okay. And at -4, it's a closed dot. And at 0, it is an open dot. And there's that. And then x from 0 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my fence. And then this would be crazy. Crazy, 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 crazy. A negative slope would be this. Sorry. So this is an open. And yes, I do exaggerate for videos. And then from 0 to 5, I'm going positive slope. And 0 is a closed dot. And 5 is a closed dot because of the underlines. And then when it's greater than 5, it is, and that's an open dot, but if a closed dot and an open dot, you actually could just, it makes a turn. So it's up to here and over here, because a closed dot and an open dot just makes it continuous. So that's your graph. It retains a function because there's a closed dot and an open dot on top of each other. Domain from the left, the farthest left point is at -4. It was a closed dot. And because this is an arrowhead, it goes to positive infinity. The range, it's no lower than 0, and it's a closed dot, and it goes all the way up. This takes care of up to here, this takes care of up to here, and then this takes care of up to here, and that is 9, and so that's the range. I'm going to stop there because I'm going to end up doing one problem. So that's part 3, and I'm only going to do these 2 next. Actually, oh, never mind, because this one is just a absolute value, and that's a review. Okay, so -8, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's my fence. To -3. There's my fence. I'm drawing -x plus 2 here, and I'm going down 1. So it's here. Keep going. At -8, it's open. At +8, I did it again. Oh, I did it again. And my negative slopes. That's a negative slope. So it goes here. I've done that twice now. And at -8, it is open. And at -3, it's open. And nothing more past the fence. Then I can erase my left fence. And then my right fence is from -3, or sorry, from -3 to 2. And if I graph the parent function, it's here, and at 2 it's open, and here it's closed. And it's kind of showing you that it's going fence to no gaps. So it's when you're doing the fences, it shows you it went from that fence to that fence, and then it went that fence to that fence, and then here it's that fence to that fence. So the domain really, you're seeing it as you're doing your fences, because here when I go x is greater than 2, it goes all. So the left bound is -8. Ugh, that's how come I can't write it. -8, and then my right bound is +infinity. Okay, I'm still doing this. This is my fence, and I'm going up 3 over 1, up 3 over 1, so it's here, and it's closed, and it keeps going. And so it keeps going, and that would be an arrowhead. And so here, are there any gaps from the bottom to the top? And there is a gap where there is nothing from this dot, this open dot, to this dot. So from the bottom, it goes from -3 to 2, but 2 is open, and then it picks back up at 5 and closed to infinity. Whew, not a bracket. There. So make sure you have this, and then you would write the word and this. There's a gap between 2 and 5, so you have to distinguish that there's a gap between 2 and 5. So that is the answers to 10-4, and hopefully you can go back to your Jamboards and look and see where you could do it better the next time.